I'm gonna just go over the draft now. First round we selected offensive tackle Taylor Decker out of Ohio State. I like this pickup because it's a future tackle for the Lions. He's not a great pass protector yet, but you can work with that, But he's a really good run blocker. I know it because I'm a Michigan fan and Ezekiel Elliott raped us, so I know this. But also I know about Taylor Decker for the past I say 3 years. I knew about him, so he's probably one of the best run blockers in this draft, if not the best run blocker in this draft. I think he's going to help Amir Abdullah in the running game more than he's going to help Matthew Stafford. But I like this pickup though. We need a running game bad in the worst way. Second round pick, we selected Ashawn Robinson, defensive tackle out of Alabama. I like this pickup for where we got him, even though I'm not the biggest Ashawn Robinson fan until proven otherwise. But I like the pickup where we got him at because it's good value. We can get a run stuffer. Because honestly, I know the Lions got a lot of defensive tackles on the roster, but honestly, half of them guys going to get cut. There's way too many defensive tackles on this roster. Some of them guys that we signed going to get cut. So in the preseason, so I don't think Ashawn Robinson will. Ashawn Robinson feels a need, and he's a really good run stuffer. He can get a little bit of pressure on the quarterback, but he's a good run stuffer, and he seems like a leader, even though he looked like Kimbo Slice. But he's a very good leader. And he's coming from a winning program, Alabama. So him and Taylor Decker coming from winning programs. I like this. Round 3, we selected Graham Glasgow. I like him, and he's from Michigan. That's why I like him too. He's center / guard. I like him because I like this pick. I like the picks that Quinn doing because he's building through the trenches like he's been preaching throughout the offseason so far. I like this pickup. He could compete for the center position, possibly take Swanson's spot because Swanson been terrible. He been horrible. He can't run block. He can't pass protect. You're useless. So this is a good pickup for the Lions. Now this is one of my favorite picks in the draft. 4th round, Miles Killigrew, strong safety out of Southern Utah. I like this pickup for the Lions because he's one of my favorite pickups for the Lions. I like this pick because simple fact is we need a strong safety and we need somebody that's ready to hit somebody. He plays like an old school safety. Somebody that's ready to knock your head off. Somebody that's ready to clean your junk. Just hard hitting safety. And on top of that, he's okay in coverage. He's decent, but Terrell Austin, he can coach him up. I think Terrell Austin got plans for him. So I like this pickup, and I like the potential of Miles Killigrew. I think he got a lot of potential. I think 5th round, 5th pick, the 5th pick in the 5th round. Joe Dahl, another offensive lineman, offensive tackle / offensive guard. Hell, he's another depth guy. And if one of our offensive linemen goes down, which they usually does, he will be able to come in and fill out a need for our team. So you got to draft depth guys. You got to draft depth, man. You got to get depth. You got to get beef on the offensive and defensive lines. The 5th round pick, the other 5th round pick, the second 5th round pick, Antoine Williams. Now, this guy, he's a pretty solid player. He's just not that athletic. You know what I'm saying? But he's not that athletic. I don't know, he got a potential to become a starter on this team, like seriously. If he plays up to his potential, he got potential to be a starter like on some real 100 stuff because we don't have the depth at the linebacker position is pretty weak. We don't have that much depth at the linebacker position. So he could compete for one of the positions. People say he could be a backup. He could potentially be a starter because we don't really got linebackers. So he coming out of Georgia Southern. I want to see what he do in the preseason. Next guy, we drafted in the 6th round, the first 6th round draft pick, we drafted Jake Rudock, quarterback out of Michigan. And I know about Jake Rudock, and most of you people in Michigan knows about Jake Rudock. Most of the people that lives in Detroit knows about Jake Rudock. He played pretty good this past season for Michigan Wolverines when John Harbaugh took over. Jim Harbaugh. He played pretty damn good. I like Jay Rudock. Now he can potentially fill the void for Orlovsky because Orlovsky is probably the worst goddamn backup quarterback in NFL history. So he could take over for him in the future. Because Orlovsky I think he on a 1-year deal, so he can take over for him one day. So I like this pickup. People moaning about the quarterback selection, like talking about we ain't need a quarterback. We do need a backup quarterback. Bob Quinn said we gonna address that position at some point of the draft. And he did. And it's funny because for these players that the Lions drafted, I knew they was gonna draft. I knew the Lions was gonna draft Taylor Decker. I knew they was gonna draft A'Shawn Robinson. I knew they was gonna draft Miles Killigrew, and I knew they was gonna draft Jake Rudock. The rest of the guys I didn't know, but them 4, yes, I did. them picks was very kind of predictable in my opinion, but he can come in and fill out for the backup quarterback position. Next guy, Anthony Zettel, defensive tackle / defensive end. I think he could fit more of a defensive end role, be in the rotation with Devin Taylor and Ziggy Ansah, because let's face it, he's too small to be a defensive tackle in my opinion in the pros. So he's only 270 pounds. He's not big enough. He's big enough to be a defensive end. That's it. And only a defensive end. You could put him in defensive tackle in some packages or whatever, but for the most part, he's a defensive end. So I think he got potential to do something though. I really do. The 3rd 6th-round pick, we selected Jimmy Landes. I can't pronounce his name. Long snapper, which was dumb. I don't know why we got a long snapper, but I guess Malbec on a 1-year contract and got a big contract or whatever. So I understand it, but I didn't like it. We could have got Aaron Burbridge. We could have got Darius Jackson out of Eastern Michigan. I don't get it. I don't get it at all, but it's whatever though. It's a late 6th-round pick. He might not even make the team. Who cares? People crying about it. Who cares? He's just another guy, in my opinion. And round 7, we drafted Dwayne Washington out of Washington, running back. He don't have a lot of running back production in college, but he's a good. I guess he's just another depth guy to me. Some people say he could be the next Theo Riddick. I don't know. Maybe he can. Who knows? You could put both of them in the backfield and make them do their damage underneath. And he's got some speed, so he might actually can be on the field one day for the Lions. Who knows? But overall, I'm gonna tell you this: I like the draft pick from the Lions. They drafted needs and they drafted best player available. I like the picks because he did say he wanted to build his team through the trenches, and that's exactly what Bob Quinn have done. He done exactly what he said he was going to do, and it's good because he basically drafted a lot of effort, hard effort guys. I like this draft overall, man. Most people are going to disagree with me, but that's fine with me. I like this pick. I like this draft so far. So, yeah, that's all I have to say in this video, man. Let me know what you think about this draft. I'm out. Peace.